What's up out there in YouTube land? Well, I got a nice little video for you here in chaos in my world and how I turned it into controlled chaos. So stick around, I'll get right to it. This is Surviving 2 coming to you with another video. Well, thanks for sticking around. I appreciate it. I'm going to do this video kind of weird in a way, maybe. I don't have any video of it. I was so busy doing all this and everything when all this happened that I wasn't able to take video. I got a bunch of still shots and everything. So you're going to have to be listening to my voice and watching my mug here, and I'm going to be inserting a bunch of still shots. I got a lot of shots from the security camera, some shots from my camera, my phone and everything, and all kinds of other stuff that I was able to gather together. When all this started going down, I was absent from YouTube for the most part. I would take breaks every now and then and get on and interact a little bit, but not a whole heck of a lot. This covered a span of maybe 2.5, 3 weeks or so of time when it all took place. And you'll see from the date on a certain point that I'll show you when it all started taking place. So a little background history here real quick. And this is a photo of the place where I moved into. It's about a year after I moved in. And, you know, I don't need a whole heck of a lot for me living and everything, so it's a nice little place. Got a nice wooden fence and all around it, and if you look to the one side you'll see a brick home next to it, and that home didn't last very long. It was a double wide mobile home. They had thrown brick up around it, and that didn't last. They tore it down not long after that, and it turned into a vacant lot. So I'm on the fringes of a city, so I don't have normal streets like normal people. I've got a culvert and I've got tiles under my driveway so water goes by, and I'm on a 0.75 acre lot, which allows me a lot of space to mow. I've got to mow maybe half an acre when I mow, and the rest of it, as you can see here, is wooded land. And this is when I first moved into the place. It was pretty overgrown. And eventually I was able to get back in there, and I kind of put up a fence to keep all the animals, dogs, everything else out of the yard area. And I reclaimed a lot of the area back there by clearing it all out, and you can see the canopy I put up. And then eventually I moved the canopy over to another area I'll show you here where I kind of moved it to, and that allows me a better place for Wi-Fi connection, which is where I'm sitting now, which allows me to also see straight up the driveway. And that kind of leads us into the chaos part, which I was sitting there one morning and happened to be watching the driveway, and I see a city car pull in. So I get up and go to the gate. I've got a big double wide gate, chain link gate, that I walked up to, and the city person gets out of the vehicle and walks up and talks to me through the gate and hands me this. You people in the construction business recognize what this is. This means immediate action. So I was talking to this person, and this person commenced to telling me all kinds of stuff that had nothing to do with me, and I don't know. This person reminded me of a Karen, trying to, I guess, impress upon me their authority or whatever, which, yeah, they've got authority, but the information I was getting had nothing to do with me and was information that I didn't need to know, and it was about other people. And to me, it was just, I don't know, it was information that should have been between this city person and these other people. So, you know, it just kind of struck me wrong. It's information that it just sounded like a Karen, you know, someone who just trying to, it just got to me. And I got a feeling this all kind of came about because of this right here, a new house going in, and it's right next to me, which is cool. I don't mind. I've met the person that's putting the house in and talked to him quite a bit, and he's a real good guy. You know, me and him talk back and forth and everything else, and congenial, and I don't mind him at all, and talk to him quite a bit. So, but the whole time that this city person is standing there talking, I'm thinking in the back of my head, you're right underneath this camera, and this camera is recording all this audio, and it wouldn't be hard for me to pull this clip and take it and send it to your boss. But then again, I'm also sitting there thinking in the back of my head, I'm sitting here with this red tag, and I got I'm under a hornet's nest, so do I want to keep poking this hornet's nest and stir up more trouble or not? So I'm kind of thinking, no, maybe I shouldn't do that. I don't want to be poking the hornet's nest any more than I have to. So I decided to let that be and go ahead and commence to doing what I need to be doing. So I gather everything together that I need to do and start doing it. And here's where I start working on the wood repairs. We get the wood repairs going, the caulking and the painting and everything. And this is the one side of the front of the house, and then here's the other side of the front of the house. And this house, I don't have a garage. I've just got a back porch area, so this is my garage. And this is what it looks like in the winter time. I usually have a tarp that's a 10-foot by 20-foot tarp that I have on the back of the porch area that I take and drop down and tie it off and use it as a enclosed area in the winter to keep the north wind from coming in, and that kind of helps alleviate a lot of the wind coming into the area and makes it a lot warmer. It's still cold, but it helps a lot, keeps a lot of the wind out. So anyway, but that's a winter setup and everything. So what I did in the area was take a lot of photos so that when I go to pull everything out, because I'm going to have to paint all of that area, so I took a lot of photos in that whole area, so when it comes time to jerk everything out of there, I can readily put everything back exactly the way it was. So that's part of the organized part, I guess you could say, in the chaos. So that way it makes it really easy to put it all back. So here you see a little cart, and what I did was take a bunch of crates that I've got that are empty, and what a lot of the stuff back there in the porch area is already in crates. I enlisted the help of my son-in-law, and we took the cart and drove a truck up into real close to the area. We loaded them onto the cart and then wheeled the cart over to the back of the truck and then started loading them into the back of the truck and packed them all back into there. Now luckily the weather report for that time frame for the next, I say it was about a week or so, it was going to be nice and clear, no rain expected, nothing going on, so I lucked out there. So we just loaded everything into the back of the truck that we could, everything that was on the shelves and all that, and took all the shelves and everything else that was big and bulky and just brought it out to the back fence and stood it up back there and locked it up so that if someone decided to come up through, I'm pointing back this way because this is the wooded area, so it goes all the way back to a big, there's a drainage area back behind me that's a big wide open area, and anybody can drive up back there. I got four-wheelers that run around back here in the back, and they run up and down the big drainage area back here. There's a big water area. When the storm drains, the storms hit, and it's a big flood area back there, and kids love and adults love to run around back there in their four-wheelers and run through the mud and all that. So anyway, that's wide open to people. They can come up through the woods if they want to and come up into here if they so desired. But that's why I've got cameras all on the back of the house and watching this area and alerting me if someone was to come up through here. So anyway, squirrel. So what we did was stick all that stuff and chain it up to a post, make sure nobody could steal it all, and make sure nobody could get that, put everything in the vehicle, and parked it away from the house. So when when the airless gun was going, none of the overspray could get to the vehicles and stuff like that. So let's see, where am I at on photos? I'm running from a storyboard that's sitting here in front of me. And let's see, the next photo you can probably see is when we had the place about halfway cleared out. And I'm looking at overviews from the security cameras of part of it cleared out in one direction from the security camera, then another direction from the security camera. And you can see the airless gun setting off over in the corner, waiting for its turn to happen. The spray painting took like one day and it was all done. So then we could start putting stuff back. And then here you can see the house completed on one front corner, and then here's the other corner. You can see where the house was completed, and then the trim painted and everything. And then here's the back porch, and you can see where everything has been cleared out and it had been painted. Okay, I gotta take a coffee break for a second, wet my whistle. Now, also make a note right here of looking in the back part of where it's been completed. You can see a door that's kind of facing you, and it's got, looks like two little plaques on the door. I'm going to show you a close-up of that door here in a few minutes. But I'm going to do a fade in from this open area to everything put back. We put it back in one day. And thanks to my son-in-law, we got it all out in one day and got it all back in one day. So here's the fade in. And my son-in-law, Ron, I thank him. I cannot thank him enough for helping me get all that stuff out of there and all put back in one day. So, all right, now here's that door. This is a Texas man cave. This is, if you look back in any of my past videos or anything where I'm doing stuff on my workbench and stuff like that, that's where all this happens, is in that man cave. So, all right, here's the summer setup for the back of the house. This is where I've got the tarp set up. And when it goes to rain, I'll take the tarp and drop it down to a 45-degree angle and put bungee cords on it. And that way it doesn't tear it up. And I've got misters that are up underneath the edge of the awning, right at the edge of where the tarp starts. And I've got fans that blow so it stays nice and cool under there during summer. And it's a pretty nice area to sit and kind of enjoy everything when I can. So here's the ending. I'm standing out here at the corner. It was cool this morning when I took this photo. It was 66 degrees that morning. So I'm saying bye to you, Fonzie style. Y'all take care out there. Later. Be safe.
I want to thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more in the future that I put out, just subscribe. Until then, later.